Hello
Hello, world.
world. Y'all getting some batch recording right now. So y'all gonna get a couple of these podcasts with my sexy raspy voice. Welcome to another Me and My Brother podcast. I am me, Nicole Hanson, and that is my brother.
Hey, world.
I call him Uncle Ernie Jr. Okay. And you are listening to Me and My Brother podcast. Hopefully, if you listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Podchasers, or Podcast Addict, you come on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and check us out. See what we looking like. My bro, you got a topic or you want me to run down my list of things? I got a couple.
I was thinking about that sobriety one that you was talking about.
Oh, well, that was a good topic. So, a couple of podcasts ago, we were, I think we were talking about Christmas gifts, and you were showing us your wallet and you pulled out your sobriety coin. I wanted to know that they had a sobriety coin and I thought it was cool. So, what I wanted to talk about was more about your story. Like when I wanted to ask you questions and then we can talk about kind of lead up to your sobriety.
All right.
When did you start drinking? Do you remember when you had your first drink?
Maybe when I was like 14.
14. What was I?
Maybe 15.
I did not know that.
My daddy
What was
used
your
to always tell me, boy, you was drunk. I had to put you in the tub.
what?
Yeah. Yeah, I was drinking for a long time though.
Oh my God. And who did you have your first drink with? You said my daddy?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you remember that encounter?
Nope. I was drunk.
Rest in peace to our father, Ida Esara. So you were 14 or 15 when you had your first drink.
Around that age.
Our parents were not together at that time. And was it a constant thing at like after your first drink? Did you always drink
Yeah.
every day?
Whenever I could.
What was your drink of choice?
Beer, same as my dad.
Any type of
Ice
brand?
House.
I was
They
thinking
used to
that.
call us the 30-pack crew out there.
Yeah. So 30 pack crew, who was all drinking with
A lot of old people.
you? Okay. I didn't know that we were gonna do this topic, but so you were 15 years old drinking,
Yeah.
and you obviously had a way to get it because our father drank a lot.
Right.
Did any of your friends drink with you?
Like along the lines, they started trying to drink beers and stuff.
And at first, like, what was the reason why you started drinking outside of like somebody giving you a beer?
Man, I don't even know why I really started drinking, but I know why I liked it drinking
Why?
because I was a demon.
Yeah, I think that the relationship that our family members have with alcohol is not a positive one.
Yeah.
And obviously you were younger. So what when you say demon, what is that like entail?
Like I was drinking, you know how people just drink to feel good, be cool
Mhm.
down, but I was drinking past that. I'm trying to
Yeah.
black out, trying to crash out, fighting all that other stuff.
Do you remember your first like hangover?
Nah,
Do you remember any hangovers?
nah.
Okay. Um okay, let me ask this question. Will you allow your kids to drink when they turn 14 or 15?
Nah.
So you started at 14 or 15 and you drank until when? When
I
did you
was
take your
what,
last drink?
about 27.
Oh wow. Why did you take your last drink?
Cause I got tired of waking up in jail. Or my last drink, I woke up in this. I think it's like a UPC, or like I don't know what's the name of it, but I woke up in there.
What is like a UPC? Like, can you explain it? Because I don't know what a UPC is.
It's like a lot of hospital beds up in there in one room with a lot of drunkies, smokies, and whatever. And you just sit there, and they put a little couch next to your bed, so you can only go from your bed to the couch or walk
Gotcha.
around,
Yeah.
but you can be like, it's basically like a place where you get sober at. And they had me in there for 3 days till I blew up .0. That's how drunk I was.
Oh wow.
They kept telling me to eat the bread, drink the water, and all that. For 3 days, I had to sit in that water.
So let's rewind it a little bit. I didn't know this. I knew that you went to a place and that's what changed you from wanting to drink. But let's, if we can, and if you could try to think about how was that day? Like not the day in the you said UPC,
Yeah,
not that day, but what led to that? Like what led to
drinking
the I know, but
like
what
all day. Like
what was
when
those what did that day consist of? If you can elaborate that to us so that we can understand, because from the 15, if you was drinking from 15 to 27, that was 12 years. And would you say every day for 12 years you drank?
well, like 2.5 years of that, I was in jail, so we can't count that because there was no
Okay.
liquor in there.
Right.
But they do have hoochie now. I didn't want none of that though.
Okay. So the day that you went to the UPC, can you explain or can you remember that day, like what led to you getting there?
Um, I ain't gonna lie, I was super drunk. I think I had been drinking for like 3 nights straight, tequila, beers, like whatever I could get.
Okay.
And I was tripping out, and I actually called the people myself. Like, man, I really need some help because I was so drunk. Like, because you remember the time that I had the little backlash off that weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that going on, but I ain't wanted to get that far. So I actually called and asked for help myself.
So you called them. Did you know that you was calling them or
I called 911.
you
They
called 911?
yeah, they said they said somebody out to help me, but they just took me down there.
Were you like resisting or you
No, I
were
was just drunk waiting on them outside, like drunk.
and what do you like could you remember what was going through your mind?
Like, why am I doing this? That's what really was going through my mind. Cause I don't know. I was like, I told you I drink to the blackout. So where I was staying at, I was over there trying to fight everybody over there and some more stuff. Like, it was crazy.
Do you think that drinking led you to a lot of like negative things?
Oh yeah,
Can you share those with us?
man. I can share some, but I ain't gonna share all of it because a lot of it is, you know what I'm saying. But drinking really just
Share what you feel comfortable with. Share.
drinking to me, like when I drank, all my family wanted to be around me, and you know what I'm saying. There was a lot of people scared of me, and that when I was drinking, that was a good feeling because I would you need something done, you come get me. We have a few beers, we go handle that. You know what I'm saying?
So it was more like it almost seemed like when you drank, you would be put on a pedestal because like they knew like even from my experience of knowing you when you like knowing who you are, like we know you as the one hit a quitter, like you know to knock somebody out. But the people that you surrounded yourself with they capitalized off that and they made you
Yeah.
feel good because you like they know, okay, if we go get him, he gonna fight, he gonna win. You know, it's gonna be we don't have nothing else to worry about. So it seems like the people that you were hanging around was more like boasting you or like making your spirits higher and like making your head bigger. Like, yeah, you the man, you the man. Made you want to drink more and go to that spot more because you it made you feel good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, it was fighting, it was partying.
I wouldn't say so much a party. And when I went
Mm,
out, it's like I was going out picking a target. I
yeah.
used to walk down Mills. I'm from Arizona, so I used to walk down Mills. It's like a little strip with all kind of bars and clubs and stuff. And I'm just drunk, walking down, shoulder checking people, seeing who wanted to fight. Like it was crazy.
So you kind of felt like invisible. Like nobody could
I
touch
ain't
me.
I ain't gonna say invisible. Cause I knew it was a time where I had to get sobered up real quick because I was finna do something, but something else happened. Well, I'm gonna tell you the story. Like, we was at a party. It was a little townhouse party, and I was only there for one reason. That was to knock the dude out that was hosting the party. So I'm trying to check him all day. I guess by the end of the party, I call him out like, "Come on, let's go and do this." And he, like, I ain't gonna lie, like three dudes came from the back with guns. Like, man, this ain't what you want right now. I was like, yeah, y'all got this. Like, but I was punking them whole party, like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? But then when I seen the gun, I was like, whoa, I was finna die up in here.
Yeah. Now, why did you have beef with him? Do you know, or you was just
It was just one of
somebody
them
else had beef?
things. One of them things. They called me and yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And those people putting you in situations that obviously could have cost you your life.
Man, that almost did when you're looking down the barrel of a gun. You like, get sober real quick.
Yeah. I feel sad. Like,
Well, like I don't want you to feel sad because I knew what I was doing when I was drinking. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I knew what going outside meant. That's why I don't like going to parties and stuff now because I'll still be like looking around, like still in that mode. That's why I don't go out.
yeah, it's crazy because like for me, when I think about drinking, I don't drink. Like I used to indulge in drinking, but it was every blue moon. And then when I met my husband, I'll tell y'all, but like for my 21st birthday, I toasted to Sprite. Like I did not drink until I was like 24. And my friends, like they would sometimes they would like try this, try this, try this, you know, because friends can be peer pressure. And I'm like, no, because I know how my family is with alcohol. And for one, liquor is just nasty. But like when it comes to like wine or like Stella Rolls, uh, I would try those. But then when I met my husband, I would only drink like at home, and we would like do like frozen daiquiris or like wine sangrias and stuff like that. But then when my dad died, I was like, I mean, I had already not been drinking for like 2 years because I was trying to get pregnant. But I never was like drinking like y'all, like nobody. Like I probably can count on all my hands and toes how many times I drank. But when my dad died, I was like, I don't ever want to drink again because not that he died from alcohol, like poison didn't kill him. It was other things. But um, I just thought about y'all, and every time I think about drinking and relating it to alcohol, I just think about how y'all would turn to demons. Like y'all are good men, and y'all would be demonized. Like I can remember a time where I'm not gonna get into the subject, but I looked into your eyes and I literally seen red around your eyes and like hate.
Yeah, I didn't
And
like
that,
nobody really when I was drinking either because it was just me and drinking. That's what it consists of. Like not
Yeah.
my family or nothing. Nothing didn't matter. I was drinking.
And when sometimes Nola would call me and she'd be like, "Can you talk to Bossy? Can you talk to Bossy?" And I'm like, at some point, I'm like, there's nothing else I can say to him. You know, everybody wanted me to call because they thought she would listen to me. My Bossy is making his own choices in life. And it broke my heart because I'm like, he's literally going down the same road my daddy went down. But
Yeah,
then you go into this place, and I didn't know that you was at this place because I mean, we used to talk. I mean, we have pictures together and stuff like that. And you would be so drunk. You would be so drunk. I
have a
remember
beer
y'all.
and all them pictures and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And it was like you thought you were so cool. You really did. And I'm just like, when I look back at him, I'm like, I'm so glad you came out of that.
Yeah,
So
me too.
you go into this place, and because even for my daddy, alcohol controlled him. And when he drank, he turned into a different person. People will tell you my daddy was a good man, but when he drank, he was a demon, and it affected him. And I seen that in you. I seen that in other family members as well too. And I'm just like, I'm not I'm not getting into that. Like I don't even want that. You know what I mean? And I
Right.
never ever found it. Like I didn't drink to socialize. I didn't drink to and like I tasted, but more so for peer pressure until I was able to like not necessarily stand up for myself because I was always able to stand up for myself, but tell my friends like y'all need to respect me. I will be y'all DD. Make sure y'all get home safely every day. I'm not gonna be out here, shit faced and doing all these crazy things because I I, I lived that. He was raised in a domestic violent home because of alcoholism, and then to see my brothers go down that lane too, I was just like, wow. And you was out there wilding, so it made sense why my mom wanted to get y'all out of Kankakee, and then y'all went to Arizona and was still doing it. And I think that's when you kind of got your hardest charge. I feel like, even though I don't think the charge was fair, but it also made me like realize like my brothers is off the chain
Yeah, I
and
think I got out
alcohol.
and went right back to the same thing. But then, like
Mm-hmm.
after that, it
Alcohol
was
is
like
was ruining y'all, ruining y'all.
I think I caught my first case at like 17 or
Was it
18.
because of alcohol?
Yeah, drinking as a minor, but I was with my daddy and them, so you know what I'm saying. They just took me down, got the beers off me, made me. I think I was in there for like 3, 4 hours or something. They
Yeah.
let me go, and I went right back over
And you see how that
there.
like that created a pattern. You started drinking at 14, 15. You was arrested, or yeah, you was arrested at 17 for it. And then every time after that, I'm pretty sure you was arrested because of alcohol,
Not
right?
one of them though. One
Not
of them,
one
I
of them.
ain't gonna lie. Nah,
Okay.
a little
Every other
robbery
one.
they tried to give me.
Yeah. Every other one, it has something to do with alcohol. And it is so crazy to see like the change that you've made. So you go into this place and you spend 3 days in it. What is your first day like? Do you remember?
Man, I don't even remember the first day. No, matter of fact, I do remember the first day because I thought they was taking me where Panola works.
Uh-huh.
And I was up there calling out all them guards. I was trying to fight them too. Like, y'all know my wife. I was up in that wig. They were like, sir.
Embarrassing your wife. if they
No, I
did know
wasn't
her.
doing that, but they were like, sir, please calm down. We don't know I know your wife. And if you keep it up, we're gonna have to put you in the room and tie you to the bed. Like, and I snapped out of it because they were like, hey, you ain't even gonna get no call or nothing, let nobody know you in here until you calm down. So I had to
Okay.
calm down to make a call, let them know where I was at.
How did she react? Pranola is his wife of almost what, 8 years? Y'all about to be
Yeah,
married for 8 years in March, huh? Yeah.
yeah. But she was like, so you just need to calm down and do what they tell you because they was trying to give me some pills too. I'm like, man, I'm not doing no pills you trying to drug me up to? Like I don't do the drugs at all. No drugs.
Yeah.
No. But I'm like, man, I'm not taking no pills. She like, just take the pills. It's gonna make you better. Or you, because they told me if I don't take the pills, I wasn't leaving anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I ain't taking no pills. I don't even deserve no pills. I'm up here drunk, not off some
Crazy.
drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. But they probably was thinking like how drunk you were.
Man, I was drunk. It took
And
me
you
three
know,
days to blow a 0.0. 3 days.
that's crazy.
And that's just from sitting up in there eating the bread. They give me a lot of bread, extra water, and everything, and it still wasn't going down. I was just, man, I can't keep waking up in these kind of places, man. I got kids now and all that. I need to be in their life.
You had all three of your kids at that time.
Uh,
And you had just came, I mean, not just, but a couple of years. How long have you were you out before you end up going back?
maybe
Not
like,
going back into jail, but like going to that place.
I can't even, I can't even, I don't remember. But I got a 16 and, hey, I don't even remember. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
It had to be like a year or 2 years or less or somewhere in there though.
Yeah. So you get out, and that was, I mean, you literally couldn't have even been 3 days sober because you were so
I was
drunk.
drunk. I was drunk. But when I got out of that place, I um I ain't drank since then. For real. I ain't had the urge or nothing. Like everybody be like, you strong minded for just quitting. Like, nah, if y'all know what goes on in my mind, then y'all will know that that's not for me. And I found out that was not for me.
Yeah. So who gave you your sobriety coin?
Pernod.
You said it was 5 years.
Yeah.
Can you show it to us?
You gonna be able to read it. This mug just been sitting in my wallet every day. I used to I used to
I'm about to cry.
look, I used to scratch tickets with this mug and everything.
Wow. I see a seven, and it look like it's like a triangle. If y'all didn't know, y'all can come on look at us on YouTube at Me and My Brother's podcast and see his sobriety coin. Now, can you read it?
Yeah, and then there's some words on the back, but no, I ain't gonna be able to read that.
Pernola, Pernola wrote those words for you.
I don't know. I think it just came with the coin.
Yeah.
On the front it say, to thy own self be true. Unity, service, and recovery. On the back it say, God grant me. Put my glasses in. Something to accept the things I cannot change. Courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. But that's all it say though.
Does that coin? What does that coin mean to you?
It means a lot because I still got it. You know what I'm saying? It means that I accomplished something that me personally I thought I'd never be the one to stop drinking because of the way
Right.
me and my daddy used to drink and all that. Like I thought I'd never stop drinking.
Yeah.
Even before I left, can't keep my homeboy was like, man, you gonna stop drinking on my saying. I'm like, nah, no, I ain't gonna never change. But hey,
And I will tell you, this is a change for the better. Like when I talked, like every April is your year, right?
yeah,
Every April is your year. So um, I still remember, I'm like, oh, April, a lot goes on in April for us now, but, Basi, this is about to be another year for him. And I don't ever know how many years, but it is so refreshing to have you and to also know that your kids have you because they love you, and it's a big change because, like you said, you were a demon and every day was pretty much you were a demon.
yeah,
And to see you now is more like you strong because we would still talk to my daddy and he would still drink. People drink around you. You go places and you go to family house and they got drinks and alcohol and bars and stuff like that. And I've never seen you drink since you've been
Like
sober.
I
And
ain't cheated or nothing. Like
yeah,
I ain't had the urge or nothing. Like, cause I know where that gonna lead me when I if I do pick up that can or whatever again.
yeah,
I know where it's gonna lead me. It probably ain't gonna be as pretty as getting out this easy as it would gonna be
back
the next
then.
time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And
I got a question for you though. Do you
okay.
remember when I was on the second floor and you came up there to visit?
Yes, I do. And you
You
know,
was up there crying like, oh my god.
no, it was hard because
Yeah,
so this wasn't about that. I don't know if you were drinking at that time. Were you
that was
drinking at
that
that time?
marijuana. That was that marijuana. That's
Yeah,
why I don't
I
really
knew it
touch
was.
drugs.
Sorry, I knew it was drugs, but I didn't know because I didn't know you had started drinking that young. But I knew it, and I knew it was drugs. But somebody had laced your drugs, right?
Yeah, with some cocaine.
And when I tell you, me and my brother used to ride hard. Like I used to think that I was like the girl of my older brother. You know what I mean? Like I didn't drink. I didn't know he was drinking at that young. Like I always love my brothers. I always try to hang around my brother, but it was something brothers, but it was some things that they did that I was like when we went to go egg somebody's house, I would come back and I would pray and I'll ask God for forgiveness and be like, I'm never doing that again because I would feel bad. You know what I mean? But they was out there as boys able to run tough and stuff like that. But us as girls, we had to be in the house. We weren't able to be out there like that. But when I seen the way that you were acting in the house and in I remember my side of the story would be I remember you were in a dumpster looking for Bill Gates, the richest man.
Because
He
I
was
thought
supposed to,
somebody had stole my money.
yeah, he was thinking about like somebody was gonna come and get you. Bill Gates was gonna be in there, and I was like,
Fun
what the?
fact, I still ain't found my money yet. Somebody still
Yeah,
got it.
I
But I
was
was
like,
tripping. Like somebody's taking out their garbage. I was like, hey, there go the person that got my money right there.
yeah, and he was
Snuck
trying to
over there.
fight my brother. He was trying to fight your best friend Travis. I
Yeah.
remember Travis was there. We was living in Hillcrest
Mhm.
in the houses with all the mics.
And I told
um,
Travis, like, I told it, man, just leave, dog. I know it's y'all. Just
yeah,
leave.
I
But the
remember that.
whole time it was yeah, he don't put no
And
name
I
on that,
was
but
like,
he know who he is.
this is crazy. And my mama was like, you need to calm down. If you don't calm down, I'm calling the police. I'm like, don't call the police on my brother. Don't call the police on my brother. And they got there, and you and them, they were like, I think if it was today, you would have probably been shot. Like, because y'all was on the floor.
Cause I was
Y'all was
trying
on
to
the
get
floor
to dude, cause he
fight.
was there in the house. I was trying to get to him. No
Yes,
lie, I
y'all.
was trying to get to him. He kept running around my arm and everything. I was gonna do it to
I
him
don't
for real.
remember. I don't really remember that part, but I remember you and the police. And
Like,
I remember I was like, don't hurt my brother, don't hurt my brother. All this stuff. And I was crying. I was mad. I was like, why y'all call the police on my brother? And they handcuffed you, they took you out. And when I heard that somebody had laced your weed, I was so devastated because I had never, and that was another time that I look back and I seen hate in your eyes. Like seeing you in those positions really, really hurt me. And I remember it. I remember some crazy stuff. And when I seen you in the second floor, it was like the second floor for us was where all the mental people went, like people who was mentally unstable, not developmentally disabled, but mentally unstable. And that's where people wore like straight jackets. That's back in the days when like straight jackets was a thing. And then they said you wasn't coming home with us. And it was just like, you got to be in there for 2 weeks. And it was crazy. And I was like, I
and
didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what somebody laced your marijuana with. I didn't know that you was smoking marijuana. We was just the kids who was smoking grass and school line paper. You smoking marijuana now. You know what I mean? Like, and from then on, I had never tried drugs. But I'm telling you, I am a person who lived through other people's experience. I had never tried drugs before that. And I have never tried drugs in my life because of that. And I just think that marijuana is a gateway drug to people doing other drugs. And it was so scary. It was so scary. Like, I don't know. I just feel like reliving those moments is it's really emotional. I'm trying not to cry because it won't be right with my sexy voice and then be crying too. But I learned a lot not to
Man,
do
me too.
because of that. And I like, and I know like that was back when I was still in high school. So you have not done drugs since that incident.
No, I ain't. No, I can't because I know it probably re-trigger my brain and I'll be tripping. And
Yeah.
Panola used to be like, when I used to drink, she was like, "You look just like the devil." I was like, "Damn," and that's what I remember from her. Like, you look just like the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shit, but I didn't care because I was, you know what I'm saying, just still drinking at the time. But now I look back at that shit, I'm like, man, yeah, I could have. I fucked up a lot of shit.
You to me is an example of people who can change. I mean,
Everybody can
everybody,
change. Like everybody
yes,
say, oh, you need AA. It's not all that. You don't need none of that. If you really want to change, you're gonna
will
change.
change. Yep,
You don't need no help with the way you gotta change.
yep,
Cause can't nobody tell you the life that you living but you.
yep.
And that's what I always stuck by. I ain't gonna lie. Even
I
as a
think
young kid.
I think that is so true because it's about like even for our dad, God rest his soul. Like I think that even he probably went to all the A meetings and all that other stuff, but he loved drinking. I mean, that's how he was raised, you know. And for you, I know everybody in our family, anybody that knows you and know you before and know you now would say that you did a whole 180, a whole 180. Like it to me, it was instant. Like you was a changed person. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that we get to experience this you because honestly, I don't think that that was going to be something that was going to continue. I think, like you said, that one test of you. Um, sorry, y'all, I got a scratch. I got to itch it. But if y'all didn't know, y'all can come and watch us on YouTube. But like that one time you was just explaining to us at the party, I think that situation would actually happen because you. Here's the thing: people walk around and they think they untouchable and they unbeatable, and then they meet they match, who is not necessarily they match, but they got a match for you, or
They
they got
call
a
that
beater.
wrong place, wrong time.
They got a beater for you, and I
Yeah.
think that I'm glad that I don't have to worry about one of my brothers because that was something like being in the military. That was every time I got a call, and I remember I got the call from when y'all went to jail that last time. I was like, honestly, they deserve it because I thought that was gonna straighten y'all up, but I didn't. When I seen the charges, I was like, they don't sound like my brothers.
But that with that all that charge, man, that was some crazy stuff. Cause one, we
We don't.
wasn't even drinking.
Uh,
Yeah, we
oh,
wasn't even drinking. I think we was out at like 2 o'clock looking for some baby milk, actually, some real baby milk
I
formula.
heard that,
Cause
but we don't have to
well,
get into that topic because I think that's a very sensitive topic for me.
uh,
Like honestly, I don't like that. I don't like the attention that brought, and I don't like the way that played out for y'all because I
yeah,
don't think it was
I
fair.
don't
I
like the
feel
way
like
it played out for me, if
yeah, I don't
anybody.
like yeah, I don't like the way it played out for you. I don't like the charges that was brought about, and I don't think that like for me, that's something I want to talk about on here
Uh,
because
you
I
know,
just
I'm I talk about anything because
I know, and it's
I'm
not like
changed now, man. So if now if anything happens, is you know what I'm saying.
and I love
Uh,
the person that you are, but I mean, I still see like like I will see something and I'll just be like, that wasn't my brothers. Like that wasn't them. Like I know
Right.
that wasn't them. You know what I mean? And it's nothing like to me, it's nothing bad because y'all wasn't in like I don't know how to say it. I feel like I'm making the situation worse than what it is, trying to explain it. But I just don't like them. I don't like the way that the judge them played that out. And it's a real sensitive topic for me. But I just think I thought that was gonna fix y'all because you did a hard time. Like that's the first time that I felt like you did. I mean, you did 6 months before. I think right before I went into the military.
Yeah,
You
for
was in
that
jail for
robbery.
6 months. But I didn't know what it was for, but yeah, for 6 months. And I was like, you not even here to say goodbye to me. You know what I mean? And I don't even remember seeing you when I got out. When I not when I got out, but when I came home. But I just think that it's commendatory to show like your coin and talk about your coin and talk about you because you are like literally a stand-up man. Like in in all aspects, like the way your kids rock for you, like I want my kids to rock for me like that. I've been trying to make them hug and give me kisses and all that other stuff, but I know it's a lot more than that. And I'm so proud of you. I think
Thank you.
like I know your wife see a change. I don't think your kids really remember a lot of those days for you, and I think that's good for them because, um, they get a genuine person, and I don't think when you was drinking, you was genuine at all.
I'm still trying to get all the way changed though, because it's still stuff that I'm trying to work on. Like I need to start taking Panola out and all this kind of stuff. But
Let's
it's
go.
not that. It's my mindset when going out because of my drinking, which what I
Yeah,
was doing. Like everybody think, oh, you was just out there having a good time. That's what you think. I wasn't having a good time. It
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
fun when I was out there.
yeah, yeah. Well, if you watching us on YouTube, please give my brother a thumbs up.
Hey,
This like this podcast because honestly, this to me is a very vulnerable topic. I feel he definitely shared some of his hardest times with y'all, and he is a man who literally changed. And if you listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, please make sure y'all rate and review this podcast and drop some love in there for a man who definitely changed. We appreciate y'all, and we got a lot more podcasts coming to y'all. Until next time, much
peace.
love.